Welcome to the Dixie Doggers podcast. We're here to share knowledge and heritage. We hope y'all enjoy. For the best cut gear in the business, get with Dave Williams at Southern Cross Cut Gear. Make sure to use code Dixie Doggers for savings on all your Southern Cross cut gear. www.hogdoggear.com.
If you're buying or selling land, farms, or hunting property, these folks know land. Get with Phil Wilson from Georgia Land Brokerage, 678-791-3483.
777 Kennels, Advanced K9 Nutrition. Vertex K9 Essentials, Advanced K9 Nutrition, beneficial to all breeds. You can contact them at 979-206-3050. All right, recording? Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, here we go. Let's do another podcast. Here we are. We're going to do something that we have been done a lot here lately. We're going to do a recap. Basically, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk to this guy. We went down there and hunted with this guy. And this past weekend, we had a good time. We had a good trip and all that good shit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to discuss that. And we're going to talk about some of the things that happen. It involves the dogs. It involves dealing with some issues and some problems and also getting them, resolved to an extent. So, I mean, y'all just listen up to what we're talking about. We'll get into all that stuff and we'll take off with it from here. So we got Braxton Sulton with the Suicide Squad Kennels, and we're going to kick this son bitch off and start talking some shit. Ain't that right, Braxton? So what are you doing, Turd?
Oh, nothing much. Just sitting here on the porch and doctoring up the wounded, taking care of them, trying to keep from fighting any further infections or anything. You got to stay on top of that when you got a wounded dog. But I personally like fighting, doctoring a dog in the wintertime weather, like in the winter weather rather than the summertime, because I feel like you can keep flies and stuff off of them a lot easier during the winter.
Oh, yeah.
But it always sucks having to take care of the good ones when they're down, but you got to do it. They do their job. So as a dog man, it's time to do ours.
Yeah, that's a very important thing. And just because you're like, you do it a couple of days and you're like, oh, it's looking pretty good. That doesn't mean quit. That doesn't mean just leave it alone. It means finish it.
That's exactly right. I like to try to at least doctor mine twice a day, depending on the severity and where it's located, and depending on what type of cut it is, whether it's down in the meat or whether it's just a flesh cut, which both of them you still need to stay on top of. But I like to when it's worse, I like to doctor mine at least twice a day and keep an eye on it. That's being before I leave for work in the morning, and once I get home that afternoon closer to dark. That way it has time to sit on there overnight.
Well, we had like all ours from this past weekend. I think about every dog got a little something. We didn't get nothing major. Tough was probably the worst injury, and that's his own fault. Like, for real, he's supposed to be a looser bay dog, and don't know 100% that say the hog didn't run him down and do it. I don't think. I think because he caught with a bulldog, so he should have stayed out of the way. But so his was the worst. And it wasn't, like just a huge injury. It wasn't nothing like what Blue had above her eye. That was kind of a little scary there at first. So when we sent her in, or after we had sent her in there on the hog, we go in there and there's blood just pumping out of her eye. I was like, holy shit, But luckily, I guess it just got an artery or something right above her eye.
Yeah.
That or, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is all the blood being rushed to her head, adrenaline pumping made it probably pump a little bit worse than what it would have, just being a regular cut. I'm not real sure being in that area around the eye.
Well,
I'm not sure what kind of nerves or anything's around that.
well, I know, like, you can, if a dog's getting too hot, you can tip them ears and stuff, and it'll let a lot of blood go. So I'm assuming that anything on the head like that, just the way the cardiovascular system works there. Like you said, they're pumped up, all the blood's up there at the top. It's just really going. It doesn't have a lot of muscle. It's mostly skin. So any vein that's there, if it hits it, it's going to be bleed freely. Just like if you get like your lip or your nose or something, it bleeds like crazy. So I'm sure it's the same thing with the dogs.
Yeah.
From what it looked like it was, I'm telling you, it looked like it was freely bleeding.
Yeah. And another thing, coming from a learning lesson is staying calm in that situation. If you're a younger or new to the game of hog hunting and somebody is there with you that's more experienced, to make sure they keep you calm and everything during that situation. Because just like in that situation there, it looked at the time worse than what it was. Thankfully, that was all that it was. And, having extra backup there that knows what they're doing, will keep you calm in the situation in a cut or injury happening.
Well, once I seen that,
Her eye
was
like seeing it moving.
Well, when I shined the light, it reflected. I was like, she's good.
And the pupil worked. It dilated.
Now mine didn't.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you right now, I can't.
His eye is still red.
Like
Braxton.
I lost the vision out of it.
He looked like he got poked very hard.
I got poked. I got poked very hard. It fucking
looks
sucks.
like it. It looks like it.
But
for those that don't know, we had 2 eye casualties within 10 minutes of one another.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. So, well, I mean, let's back up. Let's start out. So, we had planned on coming down. Mm-hmm. We actually planned on coming down a little while back, and we couldn't make it work. Well, there's some stuff happened, and but then we got it planned to come on down, and then Snowmageddon.
Yes,
happened.
The Ice Age.
The Ice Age. How long? We rode down roads that had 4 to 6 inches of snow and ice on them while we were there.
Yeah, so we mostly got sleet more than anything. We didn't really get a lot of snow. So in our area, we got a lot of sleet. I don't know. I never measured it, but I'd say at least 6 to 8 inches of sleet. And I personally don't like hunting on the sleet as much as I do just the snow, because after it refreezes after that first night, it makes it a lot harder on the dog's feet. And I feel like you'll end up with more torn or slash pads with them breaking through the ice and stuff, or just any little like jagged area where the ice might have refroze will cut the dog's feet really easily. So unless the temperature gets up and it kind of softens up, I don't like hunting on the sleet a whole lot. I'd rather just hunt in the snow because it's more padded than the ice. But the ice stayed for about a week. We only went hunting once during the ice, me and Chad, and we took some of his young dogs down to the lease and caught a sow pretty quick. The race didn't last too long, surprisingly, but we weren't trying to pressure our dogs or pressure the hogs in the area at that time, knowing that y'all were coming down shortly after. So we weren't trying to pressure anything and make it harder on us whenever y'all came to hunt.
Well,
but
it turned out good. Like we had, of course, we got down there Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
So we went Saturday morning. Turned out, got a race going, caught a hog, went home, got something to eat. Caught another hog, turned the dogs loose again, caught another hog. Then then they relayed, ran another hog. And like, that was a long day.
Yes.
It was a very long day. After, when we were down there, when me and Nathan had the fire built, I counted up 15 hours that we had already been hunting.
And we still had 2 or
And
3 more hours to go.
yes. So
It was fun.
That's stupid.
It was fun. It was a good day.
The first
it was
hog.
a good day.
Let's go to the first hog. Let's go to the recap on the first hog. So what happened was, we get there, we turn the dogs loose, and which we hadn't hunted our dogs in a while. And I don't know what in the hell Rick was doing.
Being a walker dog.
I figure he was just trying to take a shortcut. He was running with his head up, and he was trying to figure it out. My little yellow dog, Tough, it's what a lot of people wasn't paying attention while we were standing there. Tough had it figured out, and he was going home to the left. Well, Rick come back through, and that's when I said, if he puts his nose down, he'll be all right. Put his nose down, and they covered some ground pretty quick.
Yeah, they covered 3/4 to a mile pretty quick, and they had a small rally bayed, what it sounded like. And I mean, usually during the summertime or during the winter times when we bay most of our rallies, it seems like they're packed together a little bit better and they don't split up as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we could hear the hogs rallying right before we walked in, and then they went back to baying and we never heard anything else.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know if that big hog just decided that he was going to take the brunt end of it or what. I'm not really sure.
It's a good hog. Turned blue loose, 68, 70 yards or something like that?
I think it was 70 is what Nathan said on the dog truck.
Something like that. It wasn't bad, but it was super, super thick. So we kind of knew that we could get there, not very long behind her. And it was a really good hog. Old Blue, she hung him and shit. Didn't look like it was no problem. And Tough got a little poke on him. Yeah, pretty good one on his front leg. And then Rick had one on his hip. That's the first time, I guess, that Rick's got any injuries like that.
Yeah, that's the first time he got cut. And I can't believe it.
He got cut on every single hog that day.
Hey, if you ain't got an American foxhound that's getting cut by a hog, you ain't got an American foxhound.
I don't want him getting cut up. I like it when he just stands back and talks to him.
I don't want him getting cut up neither. That's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag co-owner.
There you go.
Yes.
Well, they stayed in there, which it didn't take us too long to get to him. So my main concern is I'm still learning how he is, and all those little quirks and stuff. And I think he's figuring out, hey, we're after hogs, because he's pretty steady on putting it together, making a hog at the end of the race. And so it's like them staying bayed. That's what I've always heard, is having a foxhound or a running walker or something like that wants to stay there and bay.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't very long on that one. And then the next one we caught was a smaller hog, but we caught him with, who was it, Moose and Goose?
No, that one was Gunner and Doc.
Gunner and Doc, yeah, that's right. Gunner and Doc, and we carried my little puppy dog Kane in there. And Kane, I don't know, I guess he was hanging out with Gunner too much. So he thinks he's a catch dog. Whatever.
Gunner been teaching him bad habits.
Yes. And so we got that one under control. Went and got us some lunch. You got to go to Mama Kay's.
Get you some grub.
Right.
Always thinking about that fried pork
Leola,
chop.
Arkansas.
I'm still thinking about that fried pork chop.
Is it Mama Kay's restaurant or cafe?
Restaurant.
Mama Kay's restaurant. So
shout out to the in-laws.
When you hunt like we do, which we suck at it, so we definitely have to work hard, and you got to fuel up. Go to Mama Kay's. I'm telling you. If you're coming from Louisiana going up into Arkansas, stop right there at Mama Kate's, right on the side of the road. It's easy, fast, clean, neat, very, very good food. So anyway, we got us something to eat, and then here comes we had to wait on Chad.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chad Fryer,
Mr.
the
Chad.
preacher man.
Had to wait on him. He brought his
Yeah,
little hound dogs over there.
yeah.
I love that
Old,
dog.
old Betty dog.
She's a solid little dog, man.
Yes, she is.
She started off from a stray. He works farm in Arkadelphia, and he ended up finding her down there at the farm, and she had some siblings, and one of them's still alive, and he's been trying to get his hands on him for the past couple of months and ain't been successful with that. But she started off, he got her caught. She was fully feral, and he brought her home and nursed her up to good health and got her comfortable and got to where he could handle her and everything. And we started taking her hunting, and from a young age she had a lot of hunt drive, and she didn't just now start putting it together, which I mean she's probably just over a year old if I
She's
had to
not that
guess.
old. But she was
She
really
was,
young when we came down last time, or the first
yes,
time. I don't know. She
she
was
was
young.
she was very young. That first time that y'all met her last year, she was
hunting
that was like
so hard.
that was one of the first hogs that she had, trailed or got on her or anything at that time. But here lately she's been putting it together pretty good. We caught caught a pig with her during the ice, and Chad went with a couple buddies from roping and stuff, and they got together and went and hunted on a big lease down in South Arkansas, and they caught quite a few hogs. I think they caught 13 the first day, and then ended up catching a few the rest of the time that they were there. But Betty got to see a lot of hogs down there, and which down further south you go here in Arkansas, there's more and more hogs on the leases. But when you come up around here, we don't have a lot, like just a abundance of. They move like mountain hogs is what I tend to tell people, because like one day they might be here and then the next day they might be over here, and there might only be one group on this whole lease. And then sometimes you'll get into, well, there's hogs over here, there's hogs over here. It just depends on how they've moved in and what food source they're after at the point in time. And so it's been a lot harder for her to get started. But I think that hunting that way has made her the dog that she is. Not always getting on a hog and having to hunt harder, I think has made her more of a dog.
I agree on that for sure, because she didn't have no problems when we were out there hunting. But her and what was the other dog's name? The red dog?
Rose.
Rose. They did. Chad cast his dogs. They got a race going. We were sitting up on top, and they was fired up, trying to keep the hog in that block, but he got across on us, and it was a good race. And then we all got over there and packed in, and that's when we wound up getting on that one that cut all the dogs up. But now Chad's dogs, we pulled them off. That's the one that hit the lake. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one
That's
that
the
hit the
one.
lake, and we
That's the one that hit
caught
the lake.
Pepper.
Yeah, we caught the dogs up. Then we went to that feeder spot and turned loose. We turned them young dogs loose. Waited. Chad said it was 12 minutes difference, and then we turned Rick loose after that.
I think we casted Rick, Yella, and Kane.
Yeah, I seen this. Yeah, I couldn't remember which dog it was that was in the box. I was going to say Doc, but it was Yella. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
because
Rick,
we
Yella,
put Doc.
and Kane went wherever he went. I don't know. He went on about a 6-hour let's just walk around over here somewhere 5 miles out of nowhere. But he didn't keep my feet warm, so I ain't worried about it. And then, but Rick and Yella, they made up some ground real quick.
Yeah.
They
I
went,
think
it was almost 2 miles.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Quick thanks to the supporters of the Dixie Doggers podcast.
Light Hounds,
Southern Cross Cut Gear,
Phil Wilson with UC Hunting Properties,
Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company,
777 Kennels Advanced Canine Nutrition,
and the old Boars N Broads.
yeah, it was like 1.75 miles when I hooked up to my big antenna from where we were sitting at. Whenever Yella and them sat down with that hog, and
But Chad's dogs were on the other side, wouldn't
yeah, they continued on towards the highway where our second race went.
they?
They went over by the big pond off the highway, and that was what split us up because they didn't know where we were at.
Yeah.
But those dogs, they stuck with those other hogs and ended up seeing some pigs cross the highway down there around the curve.
They were in a bad spot. That was the main highway.
Yeah. And
I'm glad it didn't come out.
I think your idea worked very well, waiting to turn loose the second group of dogs to cast them in.
Well, we were doing small groups too. We wouldn't dump in 10 dogs at a time.
No.
So I was like, let's let the young dogs go because we knew there were some hogs down there, and let them young dogs just get them a hot track, sight run it, whatever, and then let's see if we can find that layup boar and put these older dogs on the ground, with them.
And that was the one that Yella and Rick decided to lay up.
And Pepper was with him too.
Yeah,
Didn't
Pepper was with him.
or we turned her in there or something. I don't remember.
No, Pepper went with. We casted. I think we casted Pepper with Chad's dogs, and then she ended up falling in with Yella and Rick.
Because they were I think they were walk baying it at first, and rightly so, because that hog he was mad. He was bad. He's a bad little dude. 180 to 200 pounds, and just mean as shit.
Green as could be.
Well, because Yella and Pepper, they took off. And they had been there for a while, so I was like, well, the hog done broke, First, really what I thought happened is they killed a pig or something. I was like, they probably done killed a pig. And then Rick was making bigger circles, than they were. I was like, what the hell's he doing? But that's one thing on that doctor. The doctor showed him bait, even though he was moving that much. Mm-hmm. Garmin's not going to show that.
Yeah.
But the doctor still said he was bait. And I'm talking, and so we go down there, you get the bulldog, we get down there, we start to get close, and then all of a sudden it gets quiet for a second. You can hear Chad's dogs. They're right at 500 yards from us and screaming. And Rick just leaves. I was like, what in the fuck is he doing?
Leaves the hog in the creek.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know. We thought the hog broke. I was like, well, it must have broke.
Yeah.
No, he goes over there, gets Chad's dog, that Betty dog, and we watch him.
Watch him run back across the cutover.
He does not try to trail or none of that. He just gets her and gets her to follow him and runs right back to the exact same spot, went in there, and they both fell bayed. And we looked at each other, I was like, they are bayed. Like, that's it. And I don't know. I guess he was like, hey, I've been here. Because in his defense, we had left him there for a while. Because we, was like, what's he doing? Because he was he was real loose. But it was that steep ass creek.
Combined time of when him and Yella first bayed to the time that I would say he brought Betty back to the bay, I'd say would probably be 30 to 40 minutes of,
Oh, yeah.
Rick baying. Even after Yellow left, and even Pepper left, but Pepper came back to the bay and bayed with Betty and Rick. But I was wondering, what Yellow was doing, because we thought she might have been killing pigs or whatever, but knowing now she got cut. But
I mean, that's wild how that cut happened. I mean, or how it looked. And it's all the same hog, and when and I'm telling you, when Blue got down there, when the Bulldog got there, that son of a bitch was not done.
No, he was not.
And
he was
whooping them. But old Blue said, "No, you don't."
She held on till Daddy got there.
She don't call me Daddy.
She's probably praising.
I was worried about her, man, at first.
She's probably praising Nathan for that pocket knife work he done.
Nate got that knife out. He was like, you hear him in the video. He's like, "You son of a bitch, try to kill my dog."
I believe my exact quote is, "You won't cut my fucking dog Blue again, will you motherfucker?" And then he died. Because I killed him.
Like the dirty pig he is, you dirty bastard.
I killed him for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He done a heck of a whittling job in there.
I didn't. How many times did I pull that knife out? Once.
Not once.
I stabbed him. I could feel it whittling.
Did you get around?
Cut his heart. Cut around it. I could feel his heart getting loose.
Then he ate it raw.
No. And then I pulled it out.
Oh, yeah.
It was a lot of blood.
That's what she said. And so then we got old Blue out of there. Coming out, that's when the eye poke of 2026 happened. Me and Blue both fucking, now we got to have eye patches.
Southern Cross needs to make goggles.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
Somebody needs to holler at Dave with Southern Cross gear.
Southern Cross is, I'm telling you, like, that hog was just bulldogging the shit out of that. And there ain't no holes in that vest.
No, sir. And I want big shout out to Dave Williams.
Yes.
He makes the best cut gear on the market. And I think I've got 5 vests with Southern Cross, and not a whole one has punctured all the way through, from my bay vest to my cut vest with regular Kevlar or the extra layer of Kevlar. I haven't had a single tooth come through a single vest.
When anybody of y'all listening, make sure you tell them, "Hey, Dixie Doggers." That's all you got to do. I mean, if it's a discount code, it's just our name, and it'll save you a little bit of money. And we're in an incentive program with them as well, so it supports us. And like I said, we're not going to support no junk, that's for sure.
Nope.
But Southern Cross, like, legitimately, before we ever done that, before any kind of business dealings or anything, I've been running Southern Cross for many, 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 many years. I was running Southern Cross before Dave had Southern Cross. And since he got it, he just made it way, way, way better. So y'all make sure if y'all need some stuff, not just cut gear, he sells all kinds of stuff. Get your ass on there, go to the website, go to Southern Cross, and get you some cut gear for your dog. If you really love your dog, you're going to get some of it.
Yes, sir. And Dave, if you're listening, Joey needs some goggles. Joey needs some goggles.
I need some goggles, some safety glasses.
That would be hilarious. He get like some Southern Cross, like the sports goggles.
Hey,
yeah. I want something like that, like the Macho Man. Yeah. Remember how y'all never seen Macho Man Randy Savage, did you?
Yeah.
He used to have them damn big old sunglasses that had Macho Man on them.
I think I've seen a picture of it before.
Yeah. Macho
I think if I'd have had my headlamp as well, it'd probably saved you from getting poked in the eye.
I had my headlamp on.
I know, but you were having to lead the way
because I had a stick in my eyeball, and it's also because Kevin's gay.
Yep, Kevin's gay.
Yep, that's it. That's what happened. LGBTQYN. But I don't. Nathan says I'm unhinged for that, and I don't know. I thought that's what it was. He was like, "No, it's not all that together." I was like, "Well, shit, I don't know."
Yeah,
it sounds better when I say it, though, don't it?
I don't know if it sounds better, but
it's more funny.
Oh, okay, back to the hunting. So we get Blue out. We ranch her up. We ranch her eyeball out. Rinse her eyeball out with water. She's good to go. She's looking all sad, puppy dogging at us, saying, "Please let me go catch another hog." And then we're checking the other dogs, and somebody says, "Where's Rick?" And all of a sudden you hear,
Toot.
yo. I said, "Listen to this son of a bitch. He gone again."
Relay and Rick.
Betty, hey, we put Betty right back in there too. Well, now we let Rick run him for a little while, and then he got him back close because he carried that son of a bitch another big old loop. And then we was like, okay, we put Betty in there to him. And at one point, she must have run right into him because, like, it sounded like she was looking at him. And that turned into a race. Pretty good little race there. And then we wound up, there was a big old gigantic, humongous spotted boar hog. And we said, we know where he's supposed to be at. Let's go see if we can get him up. And we go down there, and they get him up. And like,
they in fact got him up.
Yeah. How long did they go?
I think Chad had on his Garmin 12 miles when he picked up Betty at last, but that was
an hour before we stopped.
Yeah, that was when they were crossing the county road down there, and Rick was still in the block.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that damn hog beat us to the crossing every time. It wasn't by much. I guarantee it wasn't by much.
That's the only downfall to that lease there is having the bigger blocks is a downfall, which, I mean, it makes it nice because you can hunt more inside of one block and have a chance of more pigs being in that block than rather just one small, less than a mile wide block. We have a bunch of blocks that don't have no through road all the way around, like we talked about, which y'all have back home, but still ain't as extreme as that. But it's definitely not as good because the pigs can still beat you to the next road. But we try to head them off the best we can.
Well, I mean, and at the end toward the end of the race, like we was like, well, Rick was in one spot for a while. I was like, he's probably tired. It was 10:41 because I had a little video. I said, what time is it? And I said, what time did we turn loose this morning? You said 7:00. And I said, what time is it now? You said 10:41. And we were picking the dog up, and there was big hog tracks right where he was at. I said, so that's why he was hanging out down there. I thought, well, hell, he's probably hanging out at the end of the road. And
that's 2 years in a row that a hog has took Rick to the end of that road, and that's where we've ended up at with the race.
Well, I mean, and the thing about it is he's had the hog each time, so we suck.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Listen, next time we ain't fucking around running catch dogs is what's happening. Right in his face. I'm not doing this. I'll let him run it for about 2 hours, and that's it.
Yeah. We didn't have the dog power going into that hunt as what we should have. I thought Chad was going to bring more dogs, but he didn't have the room. He didn't have the room to tote them at the time.
Yeah, so by that time, I think everything was out of commission or had done fell out of the race.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have the dog power to go into that long of a race. Mm-hmm. And I didn't think it was going to be that long of a race, but
I didn't think Rick would last that long. He hadn't hunted since Thanksgiving or before. Yeah. Hell, it might have been Halloween.
And he bayed 2 hogs that both of them ran a mile or more, and ran another hog that ran at least 12 miles and stayed in the front, if not right beside the leader the whole time.
Mm.
And
he ran that. Well, there was the one right after the second hog. We ran it, and that's we picked him up off of that one. Remember?
Yeah.
Because I was like, let's just let him off. Like, we wouldn't go nowhere with that.
No.
I don't think that was a big hog. I just don't think that was a big hog.
No, that was probably one of them layup shoats.
Yeah, one of them big layup 80-pounders, 60-pounders. Because the way, I've noticed the way when he runs a big boar hog, sometimes they'll squat and stuff like that. That never happened with that.
No.
It was just like he just running the shit out of it. And like I said, we put Betty in there. She stayed in there for a good while, and she couldn't really keep up with it. But I think she done extremely good to be a treeing walker.
Yes,
I think she done extremely good staying in there. And like you said, hell, old Rick, he's supposed to do that. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to show out. That's his job.
And there was a few times. There was a few times that she fell behind, and which you're going to have that because she's bigger bone and she's not built to stay up with the stamina of Rick. But I'm very proud of the way that she held up throughout the night, and that's a big testament of her starting as a dog and being well on her way to be a hog dog.
Mm-hmm. I don't think, like I said, I'd feed her in a minute, buddy. I like it, little dog. And she's not, you said she's bigger bone and stuff, and she is, but she's not as big as a lot of these walker dogs you see. Yes. Tree and walker style. She's a little more sleek. She's more athletic. I mean, like I said, I really like her, and I think Rick does too, and I think maybe we'll breed them up.
Hey, Chad said he ain't scared. He just needs to know when.
Oh, I know. Well, I need to know when. Chad's got the female. Tell him he ought to know this.
Well, you know what I meant.
Boys and
girls. He just needs to know when you're on your way down.
Whenever he tells me to, I'll be there.
She, let's see, I think it was right before the ice and stuff. She went out.
Mm-hmm. That's what he was telling me.
Yeah, so it should be about midsummer or so whenever she comes back in, if she stays on that cycle.
I got you.
As long as nothing got a hold of her. I ain't promising nothing, but It is Chad.
Well, no, I'm not just, you can't just say it is Chad, because I go outside and I see my dog up there. I mean, raw dog boning up on one of your dogs out there in the box. You're out there breeding my dog to something.
Hey, you weren't supposed to come outside. I was trying to keep it a secret.
Well, Rick had her moaning. She was singing the blues. She was like, "Get off of me."
I was trying to get some Rick for myself.
Yeah, and I was like, she's got to be in heat first, don't you, Braxton? We've been trying to breed Rick to everything, man. I ain't lying. Like, look, just pump it to him. Well, like I'm trying to breed him to Jewel, but I don't know. She is such an ass. I don't know if she's going to do it. We put him in there today. Did you see if he done anything?
I've never seen him mount or anything, but she seems to like him more. She was licking him instead of growling.
The other day, she was not liking him.
She would just look at him and like snarl. I was like, oh.
And then we also let him hug a blue tick's neck for a minute.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, that's a fact.
He's speaking Chad's language.
Well, this will, no. This ain't like the ones he had. I love you, Chad, and I know you're listening, but this bitch right here is fast. She's faster than Betty, and she's twice the size of Betty.
Easy, you're going to hurt his feelings.
I ain't hurting his feelings. He's a grown up. He can handle it. I done told him. I'll get him in a headlock. No, like that's the reason she's still here. She is, I mean, gamey as it gets for a hound. And she's fast. She's big. And so I'm like, well, if she can hang in there, and she will, like, she'll just take off and run 15 miles like, hey, watch this. She don't know what the hell she's doing. She's one of those dogs that she's more of a sight type dog, instead of like your traditional hound, just want to sniff a cold track and waller in it and all that. She acts more like a running dog. And so we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I like them ones that are more run minded.
Mm-hmm. But now that don't mean that that's what we'll produce from the pups. You know how that goes.
Yeah, you never know. Percentage.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about percentage what you turn out. But
and then
we did not have the percentage of dogs we needed going into that race that night. That's
a big hog too.
That's a big percentage that we did not have.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in my experience around this area, the bigger hogs that we've got on like that, they ain't never ran as bad. But he sure did.
I talked to Logan Campbell this morning. Logan said he had one dog on it. And it kind of the same scenario, He said everything else had fell out. He said, and man, I think he said he crossed 7 different blacktop roads. He said, man, I ain't seen that. He said, I didn't know what was wrong with my dog. He said, I was ready to, he said, I done called her everything in the book. He said, there was a couple of times, he said that the last time she hit the middle of the 2-lane and just went straight down it for I don't remember how far he said. But anyway, it was like an ungodly amount to be on the pavement. And there were some other guys that when he got over there, some other guys were hog hunting. And he asked them, he's like, hey, y'all seen my dog? And they were like, well, no, we didn't know anybody was hog hunting over here or anything. He said, look, I don't care about that. Y'all seen my dog? They said, yes. There was a big boar hog running right down the middle of the road, and we packed to her. He said, good. So they're trying to get the dog 35 miles.
Lord of mercy.
Yeah, 35 miles.
I'll tell you this right now. If we where I'm at and we cross 7 blacktop roads and 35 miles later, we somewhere I ain't supposed to be and my stuff probably going to get burnt down. So we need to go.
Yeah. Look, that's the thing I say about Logan. He can probably go anywhere he was at. I had some guns got some dirt over there. But at the same time, it's having that strong of a dog or a dog that can do that or is capable of it and one that does it consistently. That's what Pat was saying. He said it can get you in trouble.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
And I believe had Rick been green and not had been cut on the other 2 hogs that we had previously caught.
He got cut on that last one too, didn't he?
Yeah, he got cut. We ran 3 good hogs on Saturday, and he got cut by all 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. That first, if he'd have been, like you said, if he'd have been a little green, I ain't gonna say we would have stopped it, but we would have had a better chance. If Tough hadn't been out of commission,
well, that's what
I'm gonna tell you, it would have made a difference.
Yes, and that's what I was talking to Rusty last night, and we were talking. I put in my order for about 10 of them things. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. But I was talking to Rusty last night, and that's what I told him. I said it was real unfortunate that Tough had got cut on that first boar hog that we caught because, we needed him later in the day. Rick needed his running partner, something that would stay up with Rick and help him get that hog to turn around when that hog didn't want to turn around. And, Tough was out of commission for the rest of the hunt.
Yep.
And that's what me and Rusty had talked about last night. He asked me if I liked him. I said, well, I said for the 30 minutes he was on the ground, I said, I liked him a lot.
And the thing about it is that some bitch, him and Rick have been hunting about the same amount of time. Like, legitimately. They've been hunting. I carried Tough last February. I carried him out there to Rusty's, to the bay. And we had January, we had come out there with you and ran Rick. That was his first hunt. And so he's probably about 4 or 5 months behind from when I started Rick. And
yeah, because last year
he's a lot younger dog, but him and Rick have run together basically their whole career.
Yes.
Even though it hasn't been that long, but I'm telling you, man, this past summer, them some bitches, there was a couple of times and I don't get impressed very, very little, but there's been a few times where I was like, I shake my head. I was like, he's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, you got to be careful what I even talk about or say now, because, it's kind of done built him up. Him and Rick,
everybody's looking.
Oh yeah, and like I said, the first time Rusty seen Rick hunt, like it was the worst he's ever done. Like it was horrible. He overheated quick. He just fell out. Like I don't know what happened. And
did you have Tough when y'all went to Rusty's last year, or did you pick him up at Rusty's?
No, I had him then. I carried him out there. Like those pictures that were of the blackmouth curs out there in the bay pen. That was Tough as a puppy. There was a couple of pictures that was circulating around of them 2 yellow blackmouth curs, and that's Tough and Jewel. They were 5 or 6 months old, and they were smoking their fucking ass too, boys.
I knew you didn't have, like, you didn't bring them with you last year.
No,
I knew we talked about it, but you brought Phoebe with you last year, and I remembered her. But
well, she was really young too. She wasn't even about a year old, maybe.
Yeah, I told Rusty he's gonna send me a jug of water in the mail and see if I can pour it out, see if I can get some better dogs, because whatever he's got in the water out there is definitely working.
Well, I mean, seems like it does pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to water mine with it.
Also depends on who's pushing the dog and where you're hunting it at and how much you're hunting it.
And that's right, and it's a testament to y'all as well.
No, I'm not saying like that. I don't mean like that. I'm just saying it depends on every scenario, because his sister is a better dog than Tough, but I don't know many people that would even own her. She is quirky. She has her own issues, and I'm just one of them deals. Like, I mean, having to understand the dogs is one of those things.
And that's all. It comes all into knowing your dogs and handling your dogs. And I mean, sometimes your dogs with the quirks and stuff, people might not like it, but them are your better dogs. And whether those other people like it or not, you feed it at the end of the day, and it don't matter to them.
But that's the thing about it. If I got a dog that's quirky, I will never, ever bring it on a hunt. I'm just not going to, not with somebody else. Now, I'll go hunt it. If it's just, me and Nate, or me, Nate, and Rodney, or whatever, hunting here at the house, yeah, that's when I'll hunt it. But if I'm traveling and that dog is weird, I'm not hauling that dog.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put that on nobody else.
New areas and new scenarios and new people will take an effect on a dog. Even if it's your best dog, it'll affect a dog way more than what you'll understand. Just like some people get in a new environment or a new area, and they don't perform the same as what they did somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. And it's also, like I said, it depends on what you need. The way that you hunt. Because, like I said, there's some guys I know right now that they don't, they're buying dogs. They're buying the same stuff that Rick is, or buying similar dogs and all this stuff. And I'm like, guys, y'all walk hunt. What the hell do you need that kind of dog for? And then I know some guys that run rough stock and they're trying to do the same thing. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Well, I want a long range dog. What the hell for? That's not how you hunt. For the area that you live in.
You say you want a long range dog until you end up in a long range situation.
Well, I mean, you can be cold and hungry, freezing to death and raining or snowing, or sitting out there on the side of the damn road not knowing where the hell they're at, and you just build you a fire and just hang out. But you can't go home.
Me personally, I like my feet warm, so That's why I feed what I feed. Nathan wouldn't have been in that situation that we were in the other night with them cold feet if my dogs would have been around.
Well, I've seen a lot of people talk about the cur dogs and stuff, and I'll be honest, it is hard to find a good cur dog that'll hunt like a hound or have a lot of those tendencies. But like that little cane dog, he's straight cur dog, and
straight hanging.
Yeah, but like the like on a bigger, like he's never got rough ever. He's still young, but I don't run him with rough dogs. When he was with those rough dogs, that some bitch got rough. So
yeah,
turn the heater. So it's like it depends on what you're doing with the environment that they're in as well, and like he's used to casting a certain way, and like he just I don't know swapping him up from here and trying to get him to run with other dogs. He just wanted to go. He'd rather go by himself.
Yeah, and I like giving a dog a running partner. Somebody like I'll mix and match and see what dog's going to run better with what dog. And Kane didn't have his running partners because Tough got hurt, and then either Rick was out in a race with another dog or Kane got thrown out. But I mean, none of it was his fault. He done good for being the age that he is and being as green as he is. I mean, he done very good for being in a totally different location.
Oh yeah, that's the third time I've hunted him. No, that's the fourth time I've hunted him at night. The first time he didn't go 50 yards either direction, maybe 100. The second time he stayed with me, just kind of hung around a little bit, and then when they hit a track, he went with them. The third time he went hunting. He went on out and went hunting. They got on a track and they took off and made a good race. But now this time when we were out there at your place, he didn't give a damn where we was at or not. He was by himself and he was gone all night. So that's progress, regardless if he made 40 hogs or a bullfrog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at. I'm like, are we making progress? And if he'll do that, he ain't scared of a hog. You've seen what he did with that little, what do you think that little sow weighed? 75, 80 pounds?
Yes, somewhere in the 70 to 80 pound range.
Yeah, and he would just, oh my God, you thought that some bitch was a bull Arab.
Yeah.
He was hanging to it. But he was not worried about no other dogs. Seemed like he's pretty independent on that. And so
that 20-pound dog walking that 80-pound hog.
That shit was funny.
I'll give it to him. He had her. He wasn't letting her go neither. He was like, "You're mine."
Him growling was so
and
funny.
That was a full 30-minute session.
Yes.
Every bit of it.
And introducing real green dogs to a hog.
Well, those dogs were beyond green.
Yeah.
Those are the pups that we sent down there, and they were never socialized. That's not your fault. It's not their fault. They were scared of people that are not, I ain't gonna say necessarily scared, but like it was a huge shock to them from not even being around other people besides just whoever feeds them to having a hog caught right there in front of them with other dogs and with us and all that. And like there was a point in time where I know a lot of guys who would have just culled them dogs right then and moved on. But I was like, no, here's the deal. Same thing. We all just said, look, let's just take a few minutes, mess with them. And it did. It took a little while to mess with them. And they were just not sure of themselves or anything. But in a 15, 20-minute span, we couldn't even touch the dogs without getting bit to they had the hog stretched out and were working together. They still need a lot of work. They need socialization is what they need. They're just unsure of themselves. But that's one of them deals there where messing with these dogs for so long really come in handy that day.
Yes.
Just knowing, saying, hey, it ain't the dogs.
Having extra experience and having an extra hand, like, hey, we need to do this. Hey, we need to change this up. Let's put this dog over here and let's just work this dog, and let the other brother see it and let him get mad that he's not a part of it, and make him watch without being in there to help. And then I think that fired that other dog up and gave him a little bit of a confidence boost, so to say, to get in there and say, okay, this is what we got to do now. And which the work's just now beginning with them too.
Yep.
But
it won't take long.
I think a little bit more of that, just leading them in and letting them see, and like we talked about, just letting them go everywhere, ride on the box and stuff. Yeah.
Let them be around people and other dogs.
Yeah.
And in the hunting scenario, like I said, that's the thing. I've had people ask me, they're like, well, are you going to turn that dog loose? Nope. Well, why? Because today he's just riding in the box. He's learning. Like, I mean, I'm going to haul him just to see how he acts in the box and blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I'll leave a good dog at home so I can do that for my next up and comer. And I'm constantly just trying to grow my pack like that all the time. So when you run into a situation like we did the other day, one problem was, and this was the main issue, we had too many people there. That was the main issue. If it had been just you by yourself, well, say you had Gunner there as the lead dog, you could have took them pups one at a time, and it would have took about 25% as long as it did to get them to catch and to work. But there was 4 of us in there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then
4 or 5 of us.
And then when the dogs first came in, we were dragging out how many other dogs? 2 or 3?
Yeah.
And then we still had one dog in there, and then the hog. And there's so many variables.
There was just a lot going on for their first time seeing anything like that.
Yeah. And if they can make it, but like I said, I didn't know that they hadn't been socialized at all. And so it's like, well, definitely we need to work for a little while. And the one that I thought was going to really just fire off, boom, he did. But the one that was behind, that took longer, I think that'll be the dog that does it easier now. Cube. I think Cube would do it easier.
Yeah.
I think he paid more attention and all that. Because he was one of those that, he was fired up. I mean, they was both fired up, but.
Yeah, he was definitely more the head hunter. I think he's the one that bit Nathan, pretty sure. But
he bit Nathan, he bit Kane, he tried to bite me. I mean,
got to watch out for them calves.
Yeah.
Stay on your toes.
But like I was telling y'all, I was like, well, I told Kevin he was going to do something. I told him, I said, well, grab the lead and just talk to him. I said, reach around there and touch his hip. That's why I talk about like grabbing a bulldog especially. Like I'll pop him on his flank a little bit, like right inside his back leg. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them, if they jump or jerk real bad, you kind of got to be careful what you're doing, because that's something going to bite you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you get one and it don't even bother it, like that dog ain't nothing gonna bother it. No. But those dogs, the only reason that it bothers them is because right now they can't take a lot of stress because they're still green and they haven't been socialized. Now, you know what you got to do. Now you start working on them, and hell, I'd take one at a time, and just, to be honest, if I was going to run a little bit rougher dog or something like that, I'd just let them walk in there with me. Say if you had Gunner on the ground in another scenario just like that, and they were going to catch a little 100-pounder, 80-pounder, I would just walk them dogs in there. Boy, I'd probably take one at a time, because they're siblings and they've been raised together, and so they're going to feed off of each other. So I might would break them up just a little bit when I went on hunts. So that way they're not so dependent on each other.
At least for the first, training and working with them, trying to, get them to be their own dog and trying to get them to do their own thing right there at first. That way that they're not like they were the other day, feeding off of one another, and then they just wanted to play around and fight and stuff.
Yeah, because if one starts a fight, then the other one's going to jump in it automatically because it's his brother. They're just going to jump it together.
Yeah. But I think not too much longer of working with them and them seeing what they're supposed to do, that they're going to be off to a good start.
No, because once they were caught, they were caught,
Yeah.
And they got a lot of bulldog in them. But like having those situations like we did when Chad first put his dogs down, you can eliminate that shit with those.
Yeah. Yeah.
When that sucker when he gets in the edge of the block and he wants to come out, but he won't, and then he runs back in and he does it again, you just dump him out. Hey, that's how you stop him,
Yeah. Yeah, it'd been nice to have had on that last race for sure.
Well, I keep my pepper dog. That's what him and Hank and Tyson and Shug and all those type dogs. That's what they're for.
Yeah. Yeah, in which like we talked about, I guess I'm more hesitant to cut like Buddy or somebody, like that loose because, coming from just like a run and bay style dog, I'm more hesitant to do it because I'm not sure of what, what's going to go on in that time being. And so I guess that's why I'm more hesitant to do that.
Oh,
even though you're trying to talk me into it pretty hardcore.
No, I did not. You said, well, what would you do? I said, don't ask me. Because I'd have turned that son of a bitch loose. I'd have turned that son of a bitch. I yelled at you a bunch. Several times.
Yeah.
Sometimes you were gone and you didn't hear me yelling at you.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of yelling. Not bad, but a little bit. A little bit.
You didn't have a voice. You didn't have vision. You couldn't see nothing.
Still
you didn't even know what was going on.
That's called Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Early stages.
Yeah. But at first I thought Buddy he had only like caught once, maybe twice.
No.
And so I was like, well, hell, let's get him some reps in. That's what I was telling Kevin. And then then he's up there, the dog's acting wild. I was like, well, get a handle on the dog. Oh, I tried that. Listen, boy, let's get a handle on him.
Yeah, I've been the past couple of times I've carried Buddy. I've tried to correct him being young, and which I mean he's fired up, and it don't help. Especially if we bay close or something, it just fires him up even more. But
that whole thing about saying, like you get a game dog, and people are like, well, let him get excited, let him jump up and down and bark and act crazy and all that. No, that son of a bitch will bite you too. You get him too fired up. Turn him loose and let him bite the pig.
Yeah, and I mean Blue, she'll get fired up once we get close, but that's just because she's just wondering why I ain't cut her loose yet. But other than that, she's usually asleep or just hanging out. But that or she's trying to win one off the box. But
yeah, which that's one of those deals there. That's why I said, like with the run and catch dogs, I'm not saying you dump them every single time. I don't mean that, because I know there's people listening. They're going to be like, oh, they don't know what he's talking about. And that's fine. But at the same time, that you can utilize them. It's a tool in your toolbox.
Yeah, you've always got them in your shirt pocket if you've got them and they know what to do.
There's many, many times I've never took them off the truck or out of the truck, just left them there, and I go hunt it all night, blah, 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 no problems, and then the next day they were still just hanging out. Bulldog gets cut or something. Guess what? Now they're my walk-in catch dog too.
Yeah.
Or I vest one of them up and say, okay, you're my walk-in catch dog. You're my extra. You can send 2 bulldogs. It's not against the law.
No, and a lot of times I like sending 2 bulldogs. Stagger one and then send the other to help, especially if some dogs are baying that it's going to be a decent hog because of those certain dogs are baying. Mm-hmm. And I like to stagger 2. I like to keep 2 on me as much as I can. And the only reason we didn't have 2 on us when Blue got cut was because Chad and Kevin were trying to hit the other dogs off.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I mean, I know in that situation there, we definitely needed 2. And the first one, that first big boar hog, we thought it was a rally.
Yeah.
We were like, well, we'll go in here and try to catch one. And I literally told Kevin, because he said something about Buddy. And I was like, well, if we go in here, it's a rally, we're probably going to catch a 50-pounder anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did.
I don't know why he didn't bring him on that first hog we bait. I wasn't real sure, but I mean,
I didn't tell him not to.
Yeah.
But I think Rodney was over there talking to him, so I don't know if he just didn't hear or not or what. But like when we were crossing the ditch, that's what I was like. I said, "You grabbing the other bulldog too?" And he was like, "You think we need it?" I said, "You never know." I said, "We're probably gonna catch a 50-pounder, but it don't hurt."
Yeah.
But
then we get it. Then we get in there and didn't have no mule tape to tie, and Joey fell down, dislocated his shoulder. It was just a true blue, hog hunt.
Boys, I'm telling you, I got beat up. Somebody jumped out of the
fell
woods
and hurt his shoulder. He fixed his back because his back was
my
bad.
back.
He had a catch in his back,
bad.
and he's like, "Well, my shoulder feels better, or my back feels better, but man, my shoulder is fucked."
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all put it back in. Y'all put it back in, so it's all right.
Yeah, I think there was a couple different times this weekend. Kevin thought he was going to get bit, and putting your shoulder back in was one of them.
He said, "You want me to do what?" And I was explaining to him how he was going to do it, and he's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, just come on."
And then when he got close to me, he was like, "What's that little red wet thing that's on my arm?" I was like, "I don't know." I don't know. I don't know. Dog gonna be a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we couldn't tie the hog is Joey.
We did not have no mule tape.
Joey lost all the mule tape.
Not just me. Kevin did too. Yeah. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck y'all."
I'm not taking all that. No.
We might have to get Cody Woods to come with us and show me how to tie one.
I ain't messing with Cody Woods. Man, they have caught 700 hogs this year already.
Hey, that sounds about right.
I think they was on 100 and something the other day. I was like, he's never done. He's like, I've never kept up with how many hogs. He said, but by God, I'm doing it this year. You know how everything goes. People start arguing back and forth. I said, Cody's like, I'm going to see how many we catch. I think they had like 113 or 130 something. I was like, good God almighty, boys. I remember them days.
He's slacking up. He needs to tighten up.
Tighten up, Cody Woods. Tighten up. I'm going to send him something to tighten his ass up with all them brake sticks. I got to do 6 brake sticks for that fella.
Yeah, I don't know who came all the way to Arkansas to deliver mine and forgot.
Not just yours, Chad, too. 2 of them.
I made a boo-boo. I looked at them. I don't know how. I'm looking at them right now.
When you walk back in, I said, "You get them brake sticks?" I got everything.
Yeah, I did not hear the brake stick part.
You can ask Rodney.
I forgot
about it. All right.
I forgot.
We love you through it all, Nathan.
Let's talk about Rodney.
Hot Rod.
Let's talk about Hot Rod. He finally shanked him a pig in Arkansas.
He did.
Yes, sir.
So the first hog, he didn't go to the bay. He started, then he was like, I'm just going to wait. Because his back was messed up too. So like, we're the Brokeback Brothers or some dumb shit. That sounded awful fucking wrong. Sorry about that. It sounded like Baden and Phillip. Good God almighty. The juicy cunts. Well, listen. So I'm like, go in there. He's like, my back's hurt too bad. So we get in there, and of course, it's a slab, It's a gangsta. It's one of them big boys. Had them had them little hooks sticking out of his lip.
I don't. Hey, it's good. White boy Rick was there because I don't catch big hogs.
Well, listen, White Boy Rick was on it this week. I ain't bragging on him by no means, but some of a bitch was running hogs. If we'd have had 100 hogs, we'd run 100 of them, I think. Because he was just he was mad at him. I don't know. He had to be doing something because he kept getting cut too. Just trying to pick a fight.
He was big mad. He's big mad at him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he's done heard people talking bad about him.
Hey, if anybody wants to say anything bad about him, just give them my number and they can talk to me.
Here's what I tell them. Let's go turn him loose.
Yeah. Go hunt with him.
Yeah. Because there's a couple people that have, and he sucks. So it's like, he ain't going to see nothing ain't nobody else seen.
Yeah.
If he looks good, that's great. If he sucks, he ain't hurt my face. Same fucking thing somebody else seen.
Yeah.
But when I get them together and it all works out, man, it's a thing of beauty.
Sure is.
Nah, I like him pretty good, but that little old tough dog, he's probably he's probably my favorite. Not just the hunting thing, just the overall deal, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely on his way to becoming a good dog.
He's still a puppy, man. He still acts like a puppy.
Oh yeah, he's very young, and you can tell. But he had, like we talked about, having a mature mind when it comes to the hunting side of things.
Yep.
He seems like he's very mature on the hunting side.
If there's a track, he's gonna move it.
That's exactly right.
You know, now he might do some dumb shit if there ain't no track. I guarantee you that. That last summer we were down there at John Burton's, and me and him laid in the middle of a gravel road because he wanted to lay on his belly and drag himself like a GI Joe, like an army crawler, and wanted to play. While the dogs were hunting, he wanted to play. So I said, "Well, let's play, buddy." And people think I'm crazy, but it's like, you know, he's just a pup.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. They got to grow up. And when they grow up, those puppy days and all the little goofy shit, I miss that. You know, it's just like one of your kids, once they get bigger, you know, like all that stuff's gone.
Yeah.
And when you get those one or two that's a superstar, and I've been very, very lucky to have dogs like that. But that ain't the only two that I got, you know. And it's hard to run all of them. So I have to kind of rotate them in and out and all that. But when we travel, those are the ones that I take now because they mind good. They're good in the box, you know, and they hunt pretty good for the most part. And so I'll take them because I got a couple of them. They hunt, they get busy, but they are assholes.
Not the traveling type.
Yes. They like traveling, but they want to like rob a store or something while they're there. Or go to a massage parlor, something. No, that's Rodney. Never mind. That ain't my dogs. But Rodney's the old pork pounder in Arkansas now.
Yep. We baited every hog within 100 yards of a four-wheeler trail or a main road, and he finally stabbed the last one.
We drug it out.
Yeah.
To him. Or Kevin did. Somebody did.
We drug it out to him, and then he just dropped the knife out of the side by side while playing poker.
Yeah. He's a poker player. So, I mean,
he finally got it done in Arkansas.
He finally got it done. But, like, he didn't bring none of his dogs because his truck messed up and we had planned on driving it. We got a hunting truck too, but it's a single cab. And that's a long way to travel with two guys minding his size and then Nate in the front. And so we drove his mom's little SUV that she left him after she passed away. I think it's a little Ford Escape or something like that, or Ford Edge, whatever. It's a small SUV. We put a single bay dog box in the back. And we put 3 full-size dogs in that son of a bitch.
And was Arkansas bound?
Skint back, hammer down, headed down yonder. That's what we were doing.
The Toyota Diaries will be back up and running as soon as the truck is, people. So don't fret.
Yeah, it'll be all right. And you're not even going to know the truck because, like, everything's been redone on it. I'm talking about new grill, bumpers, brush guard, new back bumpers, the beds pulled off, been fixed, and all this stuff. Like, oh, man, it's nice.
All for the U-joint to go out.
Oh, the whole the yoke on the drive shaft was broke. That's what was wrong with it. The drive shaft is broke. Yeah, can't do that.
The deer realized they couldn't mess up his headlights or his bumper anymore.
That's
so
right.
they got underneath it and took it out from underneath.
My joker's hit so many deer, it ain't even funny. So, all right. So what was next after that? So we went back that day. We got the little high terrier cross pups out there. We got them stirred up on one. Then we went back. That's pretty much all the hog hunting that we did.
Yeah.
We had a good time. It warmed up.
After everything got cut up and
put
up.
Our first day was a long day. Like I said, it was 15 hours of just hammering down. So I mean, I know there's guys out there that hunt 5 times more than we do, and their dogs are way better than what we got. And they catch 1,000 times more hogs than we do. But for us, for the very first hunt of the season, actually, for the first hunt since Halloween, somewhere in there, I was happy our dogs even hunted, much less finding bay hogs. I was tickled to death.
I mean, you showed up and was like, now I don't know how they're going to perform, being that they ain't been out in however many months, but I think they perform just fine.
I don't know about all that, but
hey,
we'll see.
They put the meat on the tailgate.
Well, we should have had a couple more. If y'all hadn't been down there killing all the big hogs before I got there, we could have caught some more. It's your fault. Sounds a lot easier when I blame it on you.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it always is. It sounds easier when you blame it on somebody else.
That's right.
Like Darian said, Braxton wants to tournament hunt all year till he catches all the tournament hogs before tournament time.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep. I got to meet him, got to meet Darian and hang out and talk with him. That was a good time there, just getting bullshit and getting to talk to somebody new, Then we got to go listen to them beagles run.
Yes, sir. Had a couple rabbit races, which I think that's the first time Kyle's dogs have ran a rabbit this year. The rest of the time it's been deer, but we ain't gonna knock him for it.
He knocked one down. He did have to go get an extra box of shells to get that one rabbit. 27 shots.
Hey,
no rabbits were harmed.
If you think that's bad, you ought to see him when we're dove hunting.
Oh Lord, I don't want to see it. I can't. I got a blind eye.
Yeah.
So, but no, we had a good time. Everything worked out good. We appreciate y'all having us.
Oh yes.
We look forward to turkey season. Y'all coming up here.
Yeah, the food was good.
I put more than salt in my seasoning. Just saying.
Yeah. I said, he's a honky. He probably ain't going to do nothing but put some ketchup on it.
No.
I thought Darren was going to piss his pants about that, though. He did think that was funny. So
Darian always comments on my cooking when I post something on Snapchat, but he don't ever come eat.
Yeah. Well, that's just how it goes sometimes.
To say this about Darian, Darian's always hunting, whether it's running his coon dog or rabbit dogs or hog hunting. The boy's always hunting. He's a hunting fool. I'll give him that. You give him a dog, he's going to hunt it.
Hell yeah. He had a damn trailer full of pigs when he pulled up the other day where they've been hunting that tournament.
Yeah, they hunted that tournament and they ended up with longest teeth and longest stringer. But they put a hurting on them for sure. But I had a good time regardless, even though we didn't get to hunt as much as we wanted and have as many dogs as we needed. We had a good time doing it.
Yeah, like I said, I think for the way everything kind of went against us, it turned out great, man.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely do it again. I mean, we'll do it every year. Maybe we can do it a couple of times a year, you know.
Oh, yeah.
We'll figure something out. So, you got anything else you want to add to this episode here, Braxton, that you can think of? So I think we've about covered all the.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of anything else. 3,000 feet of paracord I found. Ta-da.
Yeah. Because people litter.
Pieces of shit.
Don't be the guy that goes on somebody else's lease and dumps stuff out.
That was just, they cleaned the bed of their truck out. Is what it looked like. Just back and right in a creek. What a piece of shit. If you're listening and you done that, I hope you choke on a pretzel. I don't even want you to choke all the way. I just want to get stuck in the back of your throat and make it very irritated, because that's how I feel.
But Joey, thanks you for the paracord.
Yeah, I'm glad you threw that out, because it was a whole big old brand new roll. And apparently we didn't have nothing to tie nothing up with. So guess what? Now I do. So that way when I go to a place where it's legal to tie something up, I have me some legal tie rope.
Yeah. I just need to get somebody to come give me tying lessons. So Ryan, Cody Woods, somebody with some experience, because I can't catch no hogs, and I need some tying lessons. If anybody's willing to hand those out.
I'll call Alan. He don't live too far from you. He ties a lot of hogs, don't he?
I'm not sure. Okay.
Well, I just was thinking, like, he tries to be helpful. Take advantage of it or not, whatever.
Hey, anybody that wants to come hunt, let me know. I need to see some pigs.
Yeah.
Your dogs catch them, I'll count them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way I do it.
Amen.
That's the way I do it.
I'll put them on my roster for the year. We caught this
17
We caught this many pigs this year. I ain't gonna say whose dogs bait them, but we caught them.
Listen, Chad's dogs won bait all them, or most of them this weekend, so I'm counting them myself. I was there, damn it. I was there.
I was thoroughly impressed with the way that Betty performed this weekend.
Too. Yeah.
I'm very glad that Chad has her and has her hunting the way that she is. Dog.
She's gonna get better and that damn little red bone. Let me tell you, when that son bitch strikes up, oh my Lord, it sounds like a panther has got her by the neck.
I promise nobody's shocking her. It's just the way she barks.
Dude, she will fire off and scream. When I first heard her, I said, they got her. The hogs got her.
Yeah.
She was like, no, she just fired up. She's striking. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, cool. She's something. Them two there, they've really grown to be quite the pair. And she was a reject coon dog, I believe, is what she was. And Chad picked her up from a lady, and she's got in with Betty, and her and Betty have really turned it on. From the end of the summer till now, they really started picking it up and putting it down. And I'm proud of the way that they've turned out.
Good deal.
But
well, when turkey season gets here, come up here and you and Nate go turkey hunting.
Oh yes.
And I'm gonna play on Instagram.
I'm down. I'll come kill y'all's turkeys. I don't mind. Please. But I gotta reap them. That's the only way I can kill turkeys. I gotta reap them.
Okay. Well, whatever works.
This old 410, this pellet gun I shoot. But hey, oh well. Let them hate.
If it works, it works.
Let them hate.
Dead is dead. I have never heard a dead thing complain about what it got shot with.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Like, you shot me with a 410, you bastard. Don't you ever do that again. No, never heard that. So, well, Braxton,
I'll continue to do it.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all for coming down and spending the time with us and showing us how to catch a few pigs.
See it. We're learning how to catch them, baby. We learn together, if nothing else. So,
yes.
Hey, it's all a learning process till we die. We're gonna learn stuff every day, whether a dog teaches us or whether another person teaches us. We just gotta be willing. We just gotta be willing to learn. And if you're not, you ain't never gonna be a dog man.
No, sir. Not a bit. We'll tell the family we said hello and we love them. We'll see y'all next time we go around, brother.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all soon. I appreciate y'all having me on here.
All right, buddy. Thank you for coming. We'll see you later.
Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. We'll see y'all. Thank y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
10-4. That's my little buddy Braxton there.
Oh, yeah.
Has become quite the dog man. He's very young to me. And now that he's got to know me and I've got to know him a little more, I'm hard on him, I promise you. I'm talking about just nonstop. But he does a good job. Oh, and I'm very proud of him. Not just saying that because, hey, we went and hung out or whatever, but I'm saying that for the general consensus of going on the entirety of the hunt from the start to the finish of it and the way he works things out. And he treats it like most of us old guys do. So, I mean, I go back anytime. He's welcome here anytime. If I got something he needs it, he knows where it's at. He's got good dogs. He doesn't hardly talk about his dogs that much, but like when you put them down, they're gonna go find a hog. I promise you. We just had a good time. We had good dog work. So next time y'all hear from us, we will be talking about dogs, and hog hunting. Mm-hmm. That's probably the next thing that we'll talk about. I know it's a shock to some of y'all.
Crazy
concept. No shit. So, hey, we love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We steadily just rolling along, clicking and doing and bing on way. Y'all go check out our Patreon account. We post a little more stuff on that side where you can see more, more of the good pictures and video and stuff like that. We're still building on it. It's getting bigger. Got the website up and going. Hit the DixieDoggers.com. Go check that out. Y'all come visit. Come hang out with us. You will see what it's like to live in the Southeast and be a poor old country boy that loves to run dogs. So, hey, y'all remember, it don't cost nothing to know him. It's free. We love y'all. We'll see you.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed that episode. If there's anything or anyone you'd like to hear on the podcast, or if you'd like to come hunt with us, don't hesitate to contact us at DixieDoggers01@gmail.com.